Day 1. Found a small Alith child wedged in a runoff culvert below the South Ridge, half buried after a flash flood took out the old transit road. No tracking chip, no manifest, no caravan left to claim her. Whatever group she'd been traveling with either scattered or didn't make it. She has the pale gold skin and the long fingers the Alith get, and she's young enough that I doubt she could tell me her own clan name even if she trusted me enough to try. I patched what needed patching and logged her as an unidentified medical intake. That should have been the end of my involvement. It wasn't. Day 4. An Imperial pursuit cruiser hailed the outpost requesting clearance to land and recover a fugitive asset, juvenile, Alith. I want that phrasing on the record exactly as they said it, because I intend to remember it for the rest of my life. The Alith Royal Line has been at war with the Empire's eastern garrison for 2 years, and apparently somewhere in that mess, a child of standing got separated from whoever was protecting her. The cruiser didn't say lost child. They said asset. I told them Outpost V had no record of any Alith intake. This was, by that point, already a lie, since I'd treated her 3 days prior. I am putting that on the record too. Day 6. The cruiser came back, less polite. I held the same line. Outpost Commander Tarn backed me without me having to ask. Turns out a lot of frontier outposts don't love taking orders from Imperial pursuit ships, regardless of what the cargo manifest claims is owed. We are a small canyon outpost with one working med bay and a perimeter fence that's mostly suggestion. We are not, generally, a place that wins standoffs against Imperial cruisers. We won this one anyway. Not with weapons. With time. Pursuit cruisers run on fuel budgets and patience budgets both, and a remote outpost that simply will not confirm, deny, or cooperate burns through both faster than command back home likes to admit. They held position for 9 days. On the 10th, they filed a non-recovery report and left. I am recording all of this not because I think Imperial Command will ever read an outpost medic's transmission log, but because someday she might, and I want her to know exactly how many people decided, separately and without much discussion, that handing a frightened child to people calling her an asset was simply not a thing we were willing to do. Addendum, 7 years later. I'm adding this to the same file because I never closed it. She grew up at VE, half outpost kid, half medbay shadow, learned to set a splint before she learned to ride a transport sled. 3 weeks ago, a small civilian shuttle landed outside the fence, flying colors I didn't recognize until she did. Turns out the Alith Royal Line never stopped looking for her, quietly, carefully, through channels that didn't involve cruisers, and they finally found the outpost that had spent 7 years refusing to admit she existed. She didn't want to go at first. I told her the same thing I'd tell anyone, that having people who looked for you for 7 years is not nothing, and that they would still be here, fence and med bay and all, whenever she wanted to come back through it. She left on good terms. She's written twice since.